Well, yet another parcel has turned up, yet another vacuum cleaner to add to the collection. Although this one is actually a replacement for one that I already have, and I'll explain why later on in the video. But I think we should take a look at what's in the box. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure how to go about opening this one. This is absolutely huge. I think you can probably tell it's an upright vacuum cleaner by the way the box is shaped. Quite nicely done, actually. But it's huge. I don't think they've taken the handle off, which would have made it slightly easier to pack. But yeah, I've got one of these to sell. Well, one that has actually already sold, so I can probably reuse this box, which is quite handy. It looks pretty robust, I must say. So let's try and get in this. There is so much tape. There's so much tape. Oh my god, it's mad. Okay, here we go. Let's cut down here. I think this is probably the best way to get in. But you can't see where the boxes start and end. It's a bit tricky. I think we can cut across there. Is that a separate box? I don't know. Wow, this is something else. This one, guys. Cut that way. Cut across there. Oh, and it's that really difficult tape as well. It's like that. I don't even see it there. Look, if I turn around there, look, that white tape. It's kind of got mesh in it, so it's really strong. I'll see if I can cut down this side. I'll take this front section off. That's what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, that might work. Okay, right. So we've got a flap off. We've got a flap open. Oh look, bags. Oh, that's bags. Always good to have. Put those down there for a minute. Yeah, I think this is the way to get in. And I think I can take off the front here. Wow, there's so much tape. Right, hang on a minute. I know this isn't very interesting for you, but bear with. Oh yeah. Right, okay, good. Right, so, right. We've got that bit open. Yeah, right, got that bit. Now we can open the front like this. There we go. And we can open this side bit now. So we're almost there. Oh my life, look. Oh, we're getting into it. I wonder now if it might be worth putting it down like this. There we go. This is a huge box. It's massive. Right, let me get rid of these bits. And I think I can get the cleaner out this way. This is really well packed. Oh. Kudos to the sender. This is really well done. It's coming! It's coming! Oh, it's given birth. There we go. Right, get that out of the way. Ah. Oh my god. Ah. 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 Oh. 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 Oh my life. Right, I think I need to stop for a cup of tea and a fag. Right, okay. That bit's done. Now, can we get into the bubble wrap? Can you guess what it is yet, though? That's the thing. Is there enough of it showing for you to tell? Can you guess what it is? I think you can see this bit here. That's a clue. Hang on. Let's go this way. Yeah, this is really well done. Very impressed with this. Okay, so we undo that bit now. And this is how you pack a vacuum cleaner. I've had machines turn up where they've literally just been thrown in a box, no packing, chucked in a box and sent. And it's like, and obviously they've arrived broken. What do you expect? What do you expect if you just chuck a piece of plastic in the box and just leave it up to bloody Royal Mail? It's got no chance. Oh, there we go. Right. There we go. Look. Oh, hello. Hello. Ah. Oh. Oh, look. Oh, dear. Okay, that hood is broken. But, oh, ta-da! Oh my good lord, that took forever. That took forever. Right, so this is my latest purchase. Good God. Okay, this is a Hoover Turbopower Plus. Oh, it's such a shame that that's cracked. I can fix this. You can't see it from there, but I'll bring you down shortly, and then you can have a look. I need to check the eBay pictures to see if that's there and if it was mentioned, because if that had been mentioned, then I probably wouldn't have paid so much money for it, but there we go. Now, this is a Hoover Turbopower Plus, model number, bear with me, 2634, and it's from June of '92. That's interesting. Now, this particular cleaner is quite a rare one. It's a rare Turbopower. You do not see them very often at all. This grey plastic one. The grey plastic suffers from the same problem that the red U2336 suffers from. It goes very brittle over time. Now, this was a non-core Turbopower. It's not mentioned in any of the leaflets. It's just not there. There is no mention of it. This is essentially the replacement machine for U2332. It's kind of like a middle slash bottom of the line. It's like, say, bottom of the line's there, middle of the line's there. This machine was sort of laid between the two of them. So it's not absolute poverty spec, but nor is it sort of mid-range spec either. The reason I say that is because this only has a single speed switch on it. It's only single speed. Most of the machines were twin speed, or they had a boost function. This one, no, it's just on or off, that's it. But it also has a headlight on it, which is slightly more luxurious than a real basic cleaner that had nothing. You'll notice as well they blanked out the air freshener and just put this sort of Hoover panel there. That's because they didn't want to change the moulding of the bag door. It's quite a clever way of doing it. Rather than change the mould, you just design this little panel to fit in where the air freshener would. So if I hold that down there, you see that it's still got the mouldings here. So the air freshener unit would stick here, and then you have the little opening here for the tab that moves back and forth. But yeah, they just put this sort of blanking plate over it. Also, they've reduced the amount of printing on this cleaner. You notice here on the bag door release handle, it's completely blank. There's no printing on it, there's no words. Other machines would say Hoover on it or Hoover Turbopower, but there's nothing on that at all. We do still have the royal warrant. That's very hard to say. This bit here, this sticker is still here, and it says, by appointment to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, manufacturers of vacuum cleaners and laundry equipment, Hoover Limited, Merthyr Tydfil, which is just down the road. It's just over there. It's not just down the road. It's about 45 minutes away, but it is quite close. Now, I will say the machine's not in too bad condition actually. It's looking pretty good, apart from this sort of slight damage here to the hood. Now, the reason I bought this is because when I did the garage video, and we looked through the garage to see what machines were in there, I found my other 2634. But unfortunately, because of how that particular cleaner had been stored over time, it had gone really sort of green. It was no longer grey, and that was the other problem with this particular plastic. Grey plastics in particular seem to go green when you don't store them properly. I think it's a mixture of intense heat and then intense cold, and that cycle. Something happens to the plastic and it goes off, basically, and yeah, it gives this horrible, like nasty green colour. It's really vile. So I saw this one on eBay and I thought, oh, that is still grey. This has obviously been stored better than I stored my one. Oops. So yeah, this plastic is still grey and it's still solid, which is the other funny thing. You know how I've mentioned to you in the past that the Turbopower U2336, the Autoflex machine from 1986, that red dye in the plastic, it really affects it and it goes weak over time. You could literally just snap that 2336 into with your hand. If you open the bag door and you twisted it with virtually no pressure, you twisted it, it would just crack. It would crack across here and you'd end up with two pieces of plastic. This grey plastic suffers from the same kind of problem as that one does. So this is quite a delicate machine, and I think that's probably why it's got this damage here on the hood, because something's probably been dropped on it and it's hit it and it's cracked it. But never mind. Also, you'll see the lower cord hook is not in place. It's gone. It's cracked. It's cracked off. It's been lost to time. Fortunately, the other machine, the other 2634, I managed to salvage the parts of the lower cord hook, and I've made a good one up. I'll show that to you because I'll do like a before and after video. I suspect this one will need a really good service. Oh yeah, the bearings sound a bit rough. Yeah, it's a bit rough. The belt is really slack as well. It's like, yeah, that's a really bad belt. So we're gonna have to do something about that. But overall, it's not in bad shape. It's not bad, and it's much better than the one I've currently got, which is great. So I think we should plug it in now, see if it works. Obviously, we've just taken it out of the box. I have no idea if it runs. I have no idea how it sounds. I'm going to guess it's not going to sound particularly great with those bearings as they are. Let's plug it in. Be interesting to see if the headlight works. You ready? Here we go. Yeah, definitely needs some bearing work. You'll notice as well, it's got that Turbopower tilt, as we often call it. You see there, so that's like bolt upright, and then if I let it go, it leans back quite a way. Now sometimes this is indicative of the oh yes, it is. Yeah. You see down here at this pivot point here where the ratchet is, just here. The lower body slides into like a ratchet ring. You've seen it previously on previous Turbopower videos. But what's happened is that the base of the body is broken, and I can see that the plastic tines, they're tines that go into it, have actually fractured. Again, because this is weak plastic, this grey plastic is very, very weak. It's kind of surprising that it's still holding itself upright, but yeah, this is the point now where you've got to fix this. This has to be fixed, because if you don't fix it and you carry on using it you put the body up, you take it down, you wheel the machine on its back wheels. It puts so much stress on that point that it can just completely fracture it, and it will break the lower body just completely off, and then you're screwed. The only chance you've got then is to find a replacement back body, which is impossible. You cannot find them. I honestly think that I've only ever seen 2 of these cleaners, of this particular model, and I own them both. I don't ever remember seeing these cleaners out in the wild. They are particularly rare Turbopowers. So I'm really glad to have this, because this is, as I say, this is much better than the one I currently have. So what I'm going to do is give this a really good service, give it a good clean, try and sort out this damage here, service the motor and the bearings and everything, just make it as good as it possibly can be. And then I don't really know what to do with the other one. I might stick it on eBay. It's just, you know, just somebody might want it. Somebody might want it for parts. It works, you know. It's great. It works fine. But I don't need it. So yeah, I've got this one, which is great. So come down here, have a look at this, and we'll just check out the damage on the hood here. There we go. Here's the damage on the hood. You can see that something's obviously fallen on it, smacked it, and that's yeah, it's broken the plastic there, which is a real shame. But I think something can be done with this. I think I can make this look better, because you can feel the ridge there. I just need to move that plastic, this piece of plastic around here, this side. I need to move that up so it's flush with that bit there, and I think that will make it look 100 times better. Well, there we go. That's a nice overview of our... I've forgotten the model number again. Isn't that ridiculous? 2634. See, the reason I can't remember the model number is because I've never really looked at these ones. 2634. Yeah, really quite happy with this. It wasn't a huge amount of money. They aren't worth a great deal of money. These 90s machines, they aren't really. The 80s ones can be if they're particularly rare, like the very first ones, the really early ones. And it tends to be the core machines as well, like the core range cleaners tend to be the ones that have a value, because they were the most popular, so people remember seeing them. They're like, oh, my mum had one of those in 1987 or whatever. So those are the ones they kind of keep in mind. And also it's worth bearing in mind that by the time this cleaner was made, Turbopower had been replaced by Turbopower 2. So the Turbopower range had become the lower range. They were previously the top of the range, but then they were the lower range, because you had Turbo 2, which was the luxury one. And then, I mean, this was really old hat by that time. The way it works, the dirty fan action, the single layer filtration with just a paper bag. It was, yeah, times have really moved on. But yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this sort of overview box opening video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, all the usual, because it really helps me out and I appreciate it massively. And we will see this machine again once I've done the work to it, and once it's all polished up and looking good and looking nice and working perfectly. Yeah, we will revisit it. So until the next video, take care guys. See you soon. Bye.